Do you want to turn around so you can see this? So here we're using the key position. Okay? So a key position, I mean, I think if you watch Moshe, you see that he did something like this quite a lot. It's really as if you're holding a key between your thumb and your index finger. So that means the thumb and the first knuckle, the proximal interpharyngeal joint, PIP rather than the distal one, the pip versus the dip. Your thumb is relating to that joint. And this whole technique works because what I'm doing is I'm pushing through the line from my index finger, through my arm, all the way to my elbow. And there's a similar line that goes all the way to the end of my thumb. So I'm actually pushing into the end of my thumb and the end of my index finger. Right? And look at my hand, if you will, for a moment. Right? So if I do it at this angle, my thumb and my index finger are at the same length. But all I'm doing is changing the angle of my arm so that I'm connecting with both of them. Can you see they're not turning white? Right? And also, I am not pinching. Like that. What most everybody looks like when they do this is this. I'm putting this a little bit, this particular position a little bit earlier. So in this position is using your thumb and your index finger more or less like they're parallel. So this in sign language is the letter G. So you can think of it as a G, just how you make a G, or as like an old-fashioned clothespin. And I'm going to put one of my hands so that the spinous process of Gene's spine is going to be, whatever vertebra I'm touching, is going to be between my thumb and my index finger. Yeah? On the back. And then, may I touch your chest? And then I'm going to do the same thing on her breastbone. Okay? But, you know, on her breastbone, I'm not going to go between her breast. I'm going to start at the top of her breastbone and slide my fingers between her breasts. So I want to be on the top of her breastbone and on the top of her thoracic spine. Right? And from this place, would you bring your arm up in the air? And just turn your palm towards your pelvis. I'm going to feel how her chest participates. So the top of my right hand, which is on her back, is actually right around T1. So I can feel like T1 gets involved at the end, and it follows the way her arm is turning. Would you go through it? Oh, that's interesting. T1 moves at the very beginning just a little bit, and then it stops. A little more. Okay, so so with someone else, I'd like you to have a passenger and just feel how that arm turns and what happens with the chest and the spine. You're not changing anything, you're just going along for the ride. So it's from your ribs to her ribs. It really comes from there. So when you turn like that, the push goes right in. There you go. See that? Yeah?